وصلي وسلم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. ما بعد، إن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله وخير الهدي هدي نبينا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. Yesterday after Jum'ah khutbah, one of the brothers discussed me about a point. I mentioned the khutbah that the Sunnah for the udhiyah, slaughtering the sheep for the Eid, the Sunnah to be in your place. For example, you are here in Kuwait, do the udhiyah here in Kuwait. You are in India, you do it in India. You are in America, do it in the place where you live. This is the Sunnah. I do not mention the issue according to the fiqh rules and what are the proofs for both sides, because some scholars said it is allowed to send your udhiyah outside. Other scholars said it is not allowed. If you send your udhiyah outside, then we don't consider this as an udhiyah. So this brother said, Shaykh, you mentioned in the khutbah that the udhiyah in the country, as if people understand that we do it here in Kuwait and we don't send it. I said, yes, I meant this. I meant that I'm encouraging the brothers to do the udhiyah here in Kuwait, not outside. He said, but sending the meat outside, the poor people outside, the needy, they need more. I told him, and I mentioned this point, what is important to teach people to follow the Sunnah. We should teach people to follow the Sunnah, not to take the excuses and the other opinions. Because the Prophet ﷺ did the udhiyah, he did the udhiyah by himself. And he ate from the udhiyah. Or he said to eat from the udhiyah. So if you send the udhiyah outside, how you can eat from the udhiyah? So he was discussing. And this is a problem when people try to use their explanation and to try to put their understanding in front of the ahadith. To stop the ahadith. This is a problem. Like, also I gave him an example, the zakatul fitr. Zakatul fitr. The zakah at the end of Ramadan. Or after Ramadan and before Eid prayer. It's called zakat fitr. The Prophet ﷺ said zakat fitr, food. Abdullah ibn Abbas said the Prophet ﷺ said zakat fitr, food. Sa'an min ta'am. Sa' is an amount. And many people say, okay, now the poor people, they want money, they want cash. Why we should give food? Okay, give him money to buy the things. At that time they need food, but no. So the same concept. If we try to change the meanings of the hadith or the way to apply the hadith, then after some time, we will forget the Sunnah. So if there is a reason in the Sharia, if the wisdom is mentioned in the hadith, okay, then you can discuss. But sometimes it is not mentioned. Sometimes it is not mentioned. The Prophet said, Sa' min ta'am. Okay, why it should be Sa' min ta'am? If there, for example, if the Prophet mentioned, if people need the food, give them food. If people need gold, give them gold. Then okay, we have the explanation of the hadith. But the Prophet said, Sa' min ta'am, an amount of food. That's it. Don't try to change the meanings of the hadith. And try to follow the Sunnah. Don't think that you have wisdom more than the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Okay, because what is the meaning that the Prophet said, give food? Then you say, no, we should give money. As if you are saying, the Prophet doesn't understand the situation now in the world, and we understand more. So we should give money, not food. We should give the udhiyah outside, not inside. Because we understand more. This is totally wrong. It's totally wrong. So the brothers and sisters, the Muslims, they should ask, how was the Prophet ﷺ doing this? the udhiyah, the hajj, the salah, the siyam. We need to bring people back to the sunnah. Because now we are getting far from the sunnah. We have to teach people the sunnah. And try to tell them the ahadith. Yes, like the hadith I mentioned yesterday, the Prophet ﷺ said, if the hilal, if the moon of Dhul Hijjah starts, so don't cut. Don't touch your hair or your nail. And now many Muslims ask, okay, this is haram or makruh? Okay, there is a nice saying by some scholars. The companions used to ask about the sunnah to follow the sunnah. But now people ask about the sunnah to leave the sunnah. This is sunnah or wajib? No, this is sunnah, khalas, I will not do it. The companions, radiallahu anhum, they used to ask, what is the sunnah? Why? Because they want to follow the sunnah. How the Prophet ﷺ was doing this, I want to know, to follow it. But now people ask, this is sunnah? Khalas, not important to do. We should ask how the Prophet ﷺ was doing this. This is sunnah, yes, I want to do it. I should not ask, Shaykh Ahmad said, we should not ask this is makruh or haram, this is wajib or mustahab. Don't do it, don't ask. It's enough to know this is part of the deen. Khalas, do it. Wajib or mustahab, I don't care. But my concern is, it is the sunnah of Rasulullah ﷺ. Wajib or mustahab, I'm doing it. Yes, the scholars mention in the books of fiqh, this is wajib, mustahab, makruh, fard. Okay, they mention this rules. You cannot deny. But I mean, as a practical point. So he was emphasizing this, brother, maybe 5 minutes. Okay, people should know this is as if it's saying people should know it is allowed to send it outside. Okay, this is an opinion. Also, if there is an issue like the udhiyah, some scholars said the udhiyah outside your country is not valid, is not accepted. But inside the country, all the scholars say it is accepted. So why you take the risk? Why you take the risk? And when you send your udhiyah outside, then some scholars say it's not allowed. It's not udhiyah. It is not accepted udhiyah. So why you are taking the risk? To be safe, do the udhiyah here. Alhamdulillah. Allah will not tell you why you do not send the udhiyah outside, but because people need the udhiyah more than the country. And also there is another point. Don't think that all people in Kuwait like you. For example, you have the meat. Maybe every week you are eating the meat 2 times or 3 times. You think that everyone can do it. Some people maybe if they eat once a month, this is very good. Many people, if you check their fridge, you don't find the chicken or meat. So don't think that all people in Kuwait are rich. All people in Kuwait can have the food anytime they like. Go to some areas, some people even don't have salary. They don't have job. They don't have anything. And they have families. So you sit outside and you ignore the people inside. Doesn't mean that we put everything inside. But for this sunnah, do it inside. The zakah, the same issue, the zakah. Oh, Shaykh, some people in Sri Lanka, some people in India, can do the zakah here. The Prophet ﷺ said about the zakah when he sent Mu'adh to Yemen, فإنهم أطاعوك لذلك فأخبرهم أن الله افترض عليهم صدقة تؤخذ من أغنيائهم وترد إلى فقرائهم. The Prophet ﷺ sent Mu'adh to Yemen. Okay, the first thing, told them about Tawheed. So if they became Muslim, then you tell them about Salah, the 5 prayers. If they do the Salah, then you tell them about the Sadaqah, the compulsory charity. تؤخذ, it should be taken from their rich people. وترد, it should be given back to their فقرائهم. Okay, what's in فقرائهم? There. That's why the scholar said the zakah for the same country, from the same country to the same country. I mean, this is the base, the fundamental, the basic. You give your zakah where you live. I mean, this is the main thing. People now, most of the time, they think not about the main thing, about the side points. Is it allowed, not allowed? Take the clear way of applying the Sunnah. So our first concern should be to follow the Sunnah. Not to think, wallah, this is more beneficial for people. Mainly, you have to believe that the Sunnah is more beneficial. This is the main thing. This is the main thing. Of course, I don't mean to ignore what the scholars say. But I mean, we should concern about the Sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, in your wudu, your salah, your zakah, your udhiyah. Okay? Everything. Everything. طيب?
Since giving udhiyah, one is minimum, so is it possible to give one here and one there in the other country? Is it okay?
If you take the opinion that the udhiyah is allowed to be outside, it's okay. But for the other opinion, the scholars who said the udhiyah should be inside, we will not say, wallahi, this is acceptable as an udhiyah. But it will be acceptable as a charity. Do two udhiyah here. The Prophet ﷺ did two udhiyah in Medina.
For example, a person is staying here but his family is back in the home country.
Mm.
Is it possible he do it one here, one there?
Allah alam. Allah alam. If the person, he is here and his family there. Because the scholars mentioned the udhiyah is for should be given by the person who's responsible. So I am here working and sending the money to my family. So basically it's enough for me and my family. This is what I understand from what they said. Allahu Akbar. طيب. And check your udhiyah before you buy the udhiyah. Check your udhiyah is valid or not, sick or healthy. You know the story of Abu Fatma?
His sheep.
Huh?
He lost his sheep, right? His sheep ran away.
La.
This was one story.
Huh?
This was one of the story 2 years back.
2 years or 3 years. Okay, he went with the two udhiyah for I think he said for him and for one of his friends. Okay, so they were waiting. He was waiting, and I think he got one udhiyah or nothing. He think that disappeared or escaped. So after I don't know after how many days, after the second or third day, يعني, there was a problem with the udhiyah because in the maslakh. What is maslakh? Slaughterhouse. They check. They check. So when they check that it is not valid. It doesn't mean it is not valid by Sharia. It is not valid by medically. It has a disease. Okay. So check your udhiyah before you buy.
So then what happened?
Huh? Yes. He is here.
So, I mean, he has to buy another one, or if it's medically not fit to consume?
What you will eat?
No,
unhealthy?
I know. I mean, they did not inform him that it is.
No, by law, you go back to the one where you bought the sheep.
Okay.
By law, you can refund your money or another sheep.
Buy on the streets.
Huh?
We buy on the streets and the roads.
That's why they okay, buy from this. Yeah, it is not. Usually they put a mobile number. Not everyone can sell the sheep. But they say to be safe, don't ask anyone to slaughter your sheep. Okay, go to the maslakh, the slaughterhouse, because they check the sheep by doctors. Or if you have experience, it's a different issue. I think in India you have experience with cows, huh? Not with sheep.